Alright, what's good everybody? It's your boy Keenan. Welcome to today's vlog. The Cotton Bowl will be played tonight between Texas A&M and Oklahoma. Texas A&M was in the Big 12 Conference for many years, but they are now with the SEC Conference, and they're playing against a good old foe in Oklahoma. Now, for the past couple of seasons, these two teams have a couple of great matches, particularly last season and a couple of years ago. Now, in this game, offensively, it's going to be between the experienced guys from Oklahoma against the new kids on the block in Texas A&M. I'm talking about Johnny Manziel and Mike Evans, the new kids on the block for Texas A&M, while the experienced guys Kenny Stills and Landry Jones from Oklahoma. Now, we all know about Johnny Manziel. He was this year's Heisman Trophy winner, 24 touchdown passes and 19 touchdown rushes to go along with over 1,000 yards rushing. His leading target is Mike Evans, also a freshman, over 1,000 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. Now, Landry Jones, I think overall he had a pretty good senior league campaign in this team to a 10-2 season, barely missing the BCS bowl bid because of Kansas State had that one suffering only one loss compared to 2 losses for Oklahoma. And I really think this is a great senior team. They had national title hopes with Bob Stoops and company, but it wasn't good enough this season, particularly with those 2 losses to Oklahoma and Kansas State. But I do like Landry Jones a lot. Over 30 touchdown passes, and he's looking to display his NFL skills for the 2013 NFL Draft. This is the beginning to see if he could boost up his stock coming towards 2013 and that draft. Now, Kenny Stills, I think he's a good stellar receiver. He is the leading target for Landry Jones. Now, I'm going to head over to the defensive side. Both these two defenses are pretty much even. 22 points allowed per game for Oklahoma and 24 points per game allowed for Texas A&M. Texas A&M has a stud at linebacker, Demontre Moore. He's a great player, 12.5 sacks this season, and he has a lot of comparisons to former Texas A&M great Von Miller, who is now with the Denver Broncos, Defensive Rookie of the Year of the National Football League, and he is a Pro Bowler this season. And I think that Moore can have these skills just like Von Miller, and I think he could be well in the NFL next season. Now, going over to Oklahoma's defensive side, I do like their defensive backs, Javon Harris and Aaron Colvin. Harris is more of the bigger hitter, the tackler, supporting the run. He does have 5 interceptions this season, leading the team, while I think that Aaron Colvin is more of a better cover corner. He has 10 pass breakups this season and 4 interceptions, and he does support in stopping the run and tackling. He has good tackling ability as well. I think Colvin's the better all-around cornerback compared to Javon Harris, but Harris is still a great stellar guy, and I'm looking at him. He's a senior this season. Hopefully he can start boosting up his stock for the 2013 NFL Draft, and Colvin can even come out as a junior. I think he's a great player. I think he could be in the mid-rounds. Maybe he should stay in another season for Oklahoma as a senior. Well, we will see. Now, for this matchup, the keys for this game, for Texas A&M, I think the ball players, the playmakers around Johnny Manziel just needs to do well enough in this matchup. Johnny Manziel is going to get most of the bulk of the work of this game, running and throwing the football, but Belina, Christian Michael, whoever is in that backfield to support that running game for Texas A&M, and they do like to run, even though they're a good passing team. They still have Ryan Swope, who is a good scat senior receiver for the Aggies. I do like Swope a lot, combining with Mike Evans. He's just a freshman. He's a good leader for this team. Ryan Swope for that receiving core to tutelize Mike Evans. That is a good wide receiver tandem. I think the supporting cast around Johnny Manziel needs to just step it up just a little bit, good enough to help beat the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, for Oklahoma, one thing they really need to worry about is Demontre Moore. He is a monster. He cannot get to the past the line of scrimmage and get to Landry Jones, so they're going to have to keep an eye on him. Now, going back to Texas A&M, I mentioned Javon Harris and Colvin. Those are 2 defensive players that Johnny Manziel needs to worry about in passing game. Now, this season, Oklahoma, they don't have many sacks, but they still have a couple of good pass rushers on that defensive line who can get to Johnny Manziel. But Johnny Manziel is very mobile, so he needs to worry about those secondary players in Harris and Colvin. Now, for the winner of this game, I'm going to have to go with the Aggies in this one, mainly because of that matchup at Norman. between Kansas State and Oklahoma, in which Kansas State beat them and their home field advantage, and they played a good athletic quarterback in Colin Klein. But I firmly believe that Manziel is a better, more gifted quarterback than Colin Klein. I think he's a better passer and a far better runner. He's even a home run threat running the football, and I think that Oklahoma could make a run. It's going to have a hard time against Johnny Manziel. So I'm going to have to go with the Texas A&M Aggies over the Oklahoma Sooners. But this is going to be an outstanding Cotton Bowl for everybody to watch. Now, I have 3 more blogs for you guys, 3 more bowl games this college football bowl season, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Beat.